There are some two significant political events that happened today. I want us to take some time and listen to them. But first, I want to ask for kindly your apologies. I'm shooting, but just around my place there is some noise from the background, so in a while you will hear that. But I think I just wanted to make sure that I do this analysis tonight because this is a bit more compelling. In Mount Kenya, I told you that the reaction of the country about just the whole thing around regarding Gachagua impeachment, it's something that happened in the right manner. And I was saying, if when Rigathi was impeached, the country went quiet, even though some people were hurting. And in fact, I agree with what one of my subscribers have said there. Not that the country supports Gachagua's utterances, but we are all human. And humility is part of us. We are all human. And so I told you that if the country will protest, they would blame Rigathi, that Rigathi is the person that has been manufacturing the protest. And number two, it would have created a crisis, and they would have said there is a crisis, so they would have rushed this process of impeachment and swearing in Kithure Kindiki. Let me tell you, if protests will be in this country, would have been experienced in this country on Saturday morning, Kithure Kindiki would have been sworn in today, just to make sure that the whole circle ends. But that calmness have really brought in a very good environment. And I want some State House observers, the national, the country, some political observers, that it doesn't mean that the country is a good state, that the country is happy. Today, in Kikuyu constituency, which is the constituency of the majority leader, Kimani Ichun'gwa, market women were captured burning some UDA merchandise in the market and calling Kimani Ichun'gwa Msaliti. This is a video that I've seen for a better part of this night. Without much ado, I want you to watch this video.
Kaka hivi tunanugo kale rubuke wakiona kana. Ndiye imaguta kaka na wakiona kana. Wagina moti nule holia na wena maguta. Na wena maguta na nule holia. Wewe botika meki kile.
Now, this development shows the real mood on ground. If you take a camera and a microphone and walk just randomly in any market, in any center in this country, you will hear what the country is saying. And most of the common denominator you will understand is injustice, it is not the right thing, and betrayal. And I think I analyzed it. I like this video because I analyzed about the betrayal card that William Ruto is going to face in Mount Kenya moving forward. I want us to just review that video. What do you see? Number one, I am seeing a group that are demonizing the UDA brand. That leso is branded UDA. So they're sending a message that that betrayal is on the UDA. In fact, the message that they're sending is that the UDA agenda that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua sold to the country has been betrayed. And they no longer want to associate with UDA. Because we may need to ask, why did they choose a UDA merchandise? They chose that leso, iko na jina ya Ichun'gwa, na iko na jina ya, it has the brands of UDA. I know one thing that most Mount Kenya MPs do not seem to see. Kimani Ichung'wa's moves across this country and moved across the country to demonize Rigathi Gachagua. But do you realize that when there was some road allocation fund, Kikuyu constituency got more funding for road construction bigger than the whole other Mount Kenya constituencies and even the rest of the country. Until there was an uproar from the rest of the country asking why Kikuyu constituency is getting more allocation than the other areas. And I know very well that the tool Kimani Ichung'wa has been using is to take development that lately can get. He's one of the MPs that have really taken a lot of things to ground. But that works against, compare that with other constituencies, you'll realize that it doesn't really tally. So, number one, they're demonizing the UDA brand. Number two, they're going after Kimani Ichung'wa. They're saying, wewe ni msaliti. And what does it say? It can show you that if you're a keen political observer, you'll understand that the public are seeing that Kimani Ichung'wa as the face of that move to impeach Rigathi. And it is a message that Wanjiku is seeing MPs are the ones that were used to betray Rigathi Gachagua. So there is the message of, there is also going after Kimani Ichung'wa's image. Number two, it's a market environment. And it is a market environment where some people are showing their resentment to what has happened, that they're registering their resentment to that development. You cannot see a rival group saying, oh no, we support this. You know, what you would have expected is that even by the time they start banning, they start talking about it, there will be an altercation from both sides. Maybe some other group coming and saying, you know, we are doing this, we're doing that. Now, what I realized, what I can just guess, speculate here, someone might have just passed, someone might, maybe, you know, like in market, someone could, because these merchandise are still there, these women still have these lesos. And so, because it is a leso, it is not used by men. If it is a leso, it was given to them during campaigns. So ni kama mama moja kwa hiyo soko, ndio ameenda akatoa hiyo leso. Akaonesha hata hii leso yao sitaki kuona, hebu tuchome. It is just something that happened randomly. I know someone would want to say planned, but I cannot see planning in it. Because it could just be a probability that someone saw a merchandise of UDA that probably was using and was given and decided now he no longer wants to associate with it. Number three is an onslaught led by women. Wale wenye wanachoma ni wamama. It's not no, and this is the demo. This is the part of the populace that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua targeted with their messaging. They're talking about betrayal. Their message is so clear, and they're saying that William Ruto has betrayed Rigathi Gachagua. Now, while that was happening, it shows you something that I said, and I speculated and I said, that even if someone wants to talk about we are bringing unity, and someone wants to create a spin and say we are now bringing Kindiki, not so much is going to pacify, is going to appease the population. And to some point, looking at how things will play between now and 2027, this impeachment, the anger of this impeachment might find itself in the 2027 ballot. In fact, someone was telling me that expect a very low voter turnout because people are now may not attach a lot of significance to elections. Yeah, they will give up on politicians. I can tell you that in 2027, we might really have a very low voter turnout. And the civic education that is being done by the other organizations and the other Kenyans that are now rising, the young leaders that are rising, the Kina Morara Kibaso, are the ones that are going to maybe change this country. Tomorrow in the morning, I will do analysis about Morara Kibaso tour attack in Narok. I will look into that. It's a topic that I've been avoiding for quite some time, but I will look at that. So you can also give us, if you followed what happened there and you maybe a part of that team, I've been trying to speak to one of the members of that team so that if we can get the true picture of what happened. So I think when I get hold of him, I'll be able to put up a very good analysis. Elsewhere, Oscar Sudi was in Meru. And Oscar Sudi is the right-hand person of the deputy president. And there is something that Oscar Sudi said in Meru. He said that immediately at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, Kithure Kindiki will be sworn in. They have already preempted what the courts are going to say. Or they're telling the courts what they should do so that the court can fall within their plan. Probably they have instructions that by 9 a.m., the conservatory orders that were issued on Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment are supposed to be lifted, or probably they will rush to court on Monday and go to another court, maybe Court of Appeal, sorry, so that those conservative orders can be lifted. You never know. But one thing I paid attention to, Oscar Sudi is one of the leaders who said 2 weeks ago that exactly 14 days they will be done with Rigathi. And again, he chose to go to Meru. That was the first tour. When you see Oscar Sudi, that you see William Ruto. That was the first tour by William Ruto ally in Mount Kenya. If you choose where he went to Meru. And I want you to listen to his message about here. We'll try to break down that.
Nimegundua mambo mingi kwa hii Meru hii. Na mnajua hii mlima yenu hii mnasemanga msiguse mlima. Lakini tumekuja mlima haijaguzwa, tumepiga hata picha mlima iko sawa. Na hata tumetumanisha ule mtu wa mlima, tuambie mlima bado haijaguzwa iko sawa. Haijasonga, mlima iko sawa. Ama namna gani? Si namna hiyo. Na ile kitu ya muhimu mimi nataka niwaombe watu wa Meru. Kitu ya muhimu sana katika taifa la Kenya ni sisi wote tushikane na tuungane. Na tuwache kitu inaitwa ukabila. Na tuwache kiburi ya ukabila. Unajua shida kubwa ya hii Kenya, kuna watu wanafikirianga sijui hawa ni special kushinda watu wengine. Na hiyo ndio inaletanga tabu. Sisi wote mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu chini ya nchi yetu tukue watu tunajua ya kwamba nchi ni ya wananchi wa Kenya milioni 50 bila ukabila. Tunakubaliana? Kwa sababu mimi nimekuja hapa Meru sasa leo, na hata tumekuja na vijana wengi hawajao hapa, na nimeona wasichana wako hapa warembo. Si tutapita na wao? Ama namna gani? Na hata nyinyi mjipange muone wasichana tumekuja nao mpite na wao ama namna gani? Sio ndio maneno tunataka? Lakini maneno ya ukabila jameni tuwache. Hii shida ya ukabila ni mbaya sana. Na mimi nataka niwaombe hivi. Nikiongea nikiwa hapa Meru. Watu wa hii mlima hii yenu mnasema mlima. Hawa ndio wako pembe zote za Kenya. Ukienda Lodwar utawapata. Ukikuja Eldoret utawapata. Ukienda Bungoma utawapata. Ukienda Mombasa utawapata. Sasa hawa ndio wana Kenya kamili. Tunaelewana? So tuwache kitu ya kusema ati sisi watu wa mlima, sisi watu wa bonde la ufa, sijui sisi watu wa wapi. Tujifunze kusema sisi kama wa Kenya. Sawa jameni? Na hata kesho ukipata uongozi, hata huyu buri akiwa rais kesho, hata sema ni mtu kutoka Tharaka Nithi ama kutoka Meru ama kutoka kona fulani, anatakana anasema mimi kama kiongozi wa Kenya. Hata mimi mkiniona hapa Sudi, constituency yangu niko na watu wote. Niko na jamii zote. Na mimi ninaheshimu jamii zote. Na ninawagawia basari jamii zote. Ninawafanyia kazi kwa uwaki jamii zote. So tujifunza kuwa wa Kenya kwanza. Ndio tuende mbele. Ama namna gani? Si ndio? Yeah, ongea tu lugha ukiwa nyumbani ile ya kujienjoy. Si ndio? Ukienda Rwanda uulize ati siasa hapa ndani na kama mtu anakuambia wewe achana na sisi kabisa. Kwa sababu ile maneno waliona ili wapatia wakarudi wakajua ukabila na ujinga haisaidii chochote. Na ile maneno tuliona 2007 2008, kuna mtu mwingine anataka turudie maneno. Sitakuwa ujinga ile ujayo na siku nyingine. That's why hatutaki kiongozi yeyote ya kusukuma watu wake kwa kona fulani. Kiona kiongozi anasukuma watu wake ati sisi watu wa mlima, sisi watu wa mlima, don't push your people against Kenyans. Sisi wote ni wa Kenya. Na ndio tunaona ile kitu tulifanya bunge, si ati tulifanya kimsa. Tulifanya kwanza kwa sababu tuliona akienda kupiganisha sisi. Na sisi hatuwezi kubali kupiganishwa. Si ndio? Ama nyinyi mnasemaje wananchi? Hatuwezi kupiganishwa na mtu mmoja, yani one person. Kwa sababu ya your greed, unataka kusukuma watu wengine wengi kwa kona fulani, hati sisi watu wa mlima, sisi watu wa mlima. Wewe ni kiongozi wa Kenya. Mimi ni mbunge wa Kenya nikiwakilisha Kapseret. Leo sikia statement vizuri. Mimi ni mbunge wa Kenya nikiwakilisha Kapseret. Haimaanishi ati mimi ni mbunge wa Kapseret kwa Wakale. Wewe umekuwa deputy president wa Kenya, wakilisha wa Kenya wote. Hata huyu ndugu yetu Kindiki tumempatia kiti. Yeye kuanzia jana, kuanzia akiwa waziri alikuwa waziri wa Kenya, sio waziri wa Tharaka Nithi. Amepewa sasa jukumu kubwa kuwa naibu wa rais. Na tunamalizana na hiyo maneno Tuesday by saa 4 atakuwa ameweka Biblia chini. Na tuseme tafadhali, na hatukufanya kwa sababu ya tafadhali. Tunataka mtu mwenye anaongoza Kenya yote na heshima na heshimu wa Kenya, na atembee pembe zote za Kenya akijua yeye ni Mkenya na yeye ni kiongozi wa Kenya. Tunakubaliana hiyo? Yeah. So tuache mchezo. Ikifika saa ya uongozi, tuweke ujinga kando. Na tuongoze watu wetu kwa njia ya haki. Ama nyinyi mnasema nini watu wa Meru? Si ni hivyo mzee? Sasa mimi ningekuwa nasema mimi ni Mkale, ningekuja hapa Meru. Si ni ujinga ile ujayo na siku nyingine? Ni ujinga mbaya. Sasa nataka niseme pongezi sana. Niko na wageni wengi hapa.
So Oscar Sudi is spewing vengeance and arrogance and entitlement. Few months ago, when young people went to the street, some of the things they complained is how the political class was talking to them. I know very well that I think MPs are getting a lot of entitlement with the Rigathi impeachment. Of course, the political economics did not allowed impeachment to be delegated to the representatives of the people, because for an election, because to get an election is very expensive. So if we need to go to a referendum for us to arrive at, to maybe change, alter the presidency, the political economics will not allow that. And that is why that role was delegated to the MPs. But I'm afraid the more MPs abuse that delegated role, the public will be tempted to exercise their sovereign power. And the way Oscar Sudi is saying, there is a message is taking to the mountain. And according to me, Oscar Sudi is he's been sent by William Ruto. Go and test waters. Tell them what they should think, that we are now going to get a deputy president that's going to unite the country. As if, were we divided before Rigathi was impeached? Was there division? I think Raila was brought in government. Before Raila was brought in government, it was only the Azimio side that were against government. So if it's about unity, to my end, I think unity was achieved. Even by the broad-based administration, anyone had to be there. And so the political class manufactured some division within the country that had to be addressed by pushing Rigathi Gachagua off. Ruto is worried about Mount Kenya because Rigathi impeachment have an effect. And just from these two developments I've shared with you, I am seeing something, the effect of Rigathi Gachagua impeachment, and it has started now showing slowly. In the next few months, it will be very interesting because these effects will be coming one after the other. Number one, and let's start with number 4. Ruto had a plot to sway Mount Kenya East. They took the counties of Tharaka Nithi, Embu, and Meru by giving them the trap of the deputy president. And the unity call is a proxy narrative. Even the Oscar Sudis that are going there to talk about the unity of the country of the mountain, they don't believe in it. And what they are doing, William Ruto's template is, I've got Raila, I'll give Raila something. So I need to go to mountain, and because I cannot have a track record, I go to Mount Kenya East. And I can tell you that I foresee the next 2 years, there will be a lot of heavy lifting, political heavy lifting in the counties of Meru, Tharaka Nithi, and Embu, so that he can sway that group and take it. Because what they've realized here is the population of Mount Kenya is normally in the counties of Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyeri. Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyeri, and let's talk of Laikipia, Nyandarua, and Kirinyaga. Now, those five, Kiambu, I think the Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyeri are the biggest voting blocks in Mount Kenya. And then Meru the other side. So what William Ruto has realized is that I need to go after that, and is now going to split it into two. The unity that he's talking about is proxy. And that is why you see Oscar Sudi was dispatched in Meru. The second one is the divisive narrative they are selling is very weak. What they are telling the public, that we are impeaching Rigathi because of tribalism and we want to fix this country and form one united country, is something that the population is not buying, and that is why they are finding it's hitting headways. When the people are hearing about it, they're saying you've betrayed them. Number two is Ruto's mobilization through MPs is set to backfire. If he plans to mobilize the Mount Kenya vote based on these MPs, that direction is not going anywhere. And lastly, the betrayal of tag is killing the UDA in Mountain. In fact, Mount Kenya is killing UDA. And one of the things that is going to happen, even if Ruto will remain, but regarding impeachment will kill UDA. I'm not seeing the MP that is going to take the mantle of pushing UDA. Kindiki is not a politician like. Kindiki is not a politician who will going to carry the UDA flag. The person who could carry the UDA flag was actually Rigathi Gachagua. Remember, even the first regional office of the UDA party was established in Nyeri. So one thing that is going to happen, the UDA wave is going to die. And if MPs that are coalescing around William Ruto believe they can be able to, revive the UDA wave so that they can stage their campaigns based on it, it's daydreaming. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. Let's meet in the next. Thank you.